What's up, guys? Lore here, and today we're taking a look at just the tip of Heroes of Order and Chaos. This is by Gameloft. It's available for download for free on both iOS and Android, but there are in-app purchases to go along with that. Seems to be kind of the case with most games nowadays, is they will be free to download, but have in-app purchases. It's a business model that's been working for a lot of different games. Now, this is it's a MOBA. It's a free-to-play. I'm going to call it a League of Legends clone because it seems to draw most of its inspiration from League of Legends. But there are bits of Dota and Heroes of Newerth and those other games in here as well. But yeah, it's a MOBA on a touchscreen device. I've been playing this a little bit already, actually. I wanted to spend some time with it because, you know, it's a game that it's a MOBA, right? I'm not going to be able to just jump into it and go, oh yeah, this is a good, you know, I'm not gonna be able to make any real decisions on how a MOBA works after 30 minutes of playing it. So I've been messing with it a little bit. You can see up at the top here, I'm already level 2. Over here, these other couple things, this is gems, that's your premium currency, and this is emblems, which is your free-to-play currency. Basically the same model as IP and RP are for League of Legends, and that's why I was saying they seem to copy a lot of what Riot has done with League of Legends. There's a couple of little exceptions that I'm going to point out, and there's a couple of things that are more inspired by Dota. Like, in particular, the jungle seems to be very Dota jungle instead of League of Legends, but that may just be the kind of the layout is very Dota. I'm not sure how like the spawning mechanics work and everything. Like I said, I am only level 2 still. It's something that if you really want to get into a MOBA, it takes a long time to learn everything there is. So there's a shop, there's a talent system, much like in League of Legends. It's a little bit different. In fact, I actually have 2 talent points that I haven't spent, so I'm going to put those in. If I remember correctly, this one here is reduced cooldown time, so I'll go ahead and put a couple points in that. I'm having to touch and hold to make these show up. They have 4 basic roles, which kind of fits into the same line as what you might see in a game like League of Legends. There's, if this thing will ever actually save my my talents here. One side note, as we're sitting here staring as it's actually attempting to connect to the server, the server stability seems to be a bit wonky sometimes. They haven't been incredibly stable. I'm obviously connected through Wi-Fi at the moment, so it's not on my end. This is just a problem that they've had, at least on the Android side of things. When I was poking at it, I did install it on my iPad too, and I was messing with it a little bit there, and the server seemed, I'm actually going to cancel that. Server seemed a little bit more stable there. Let's give it one more try here for a second, see if it goes through. Yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter. I don't need 2% cooldown reduction right now. But, yeah, fighter being a melee carry or a ranged carry. Fighter is kind of the AD carry tree. Mage is obviously your AP carry tree. Support is support, and then Guardian is tank. So very... tank or bruiser, I should say. So very standard delineations there. It has a replay feature. We could, if we wanted to, watch the replay. It was just a game that I was playing actually solo. You can actually play solo on this, which is interesting. I'll show you guys that in a second. There's guilds, which is just clans, which is kind of cool that they have it, but... that's basically what that is. My profile, basic information. They do have this little sort of like help thing in here that can tell you all sorts of information on stuff. But let's jump into a game so I can actually show you guys some gameplay here. I'm going to do a, just for the sake of simplicity, I will do a 3v3 solo. And it does actually connect to the server to play a solo match, at least on Android. I believe on iOS it doesn't force you to connect. But I don't remember exactly off the top of my head. And my iPad is in the other room, and you wouldn't be able to see it if I pulled it up anyway, so I'm just going to mess with this. Wow, it is having a hard time connecting to servers right now. I don't know why that is. It let me log in, no problem. Is it actually even going to let me play this game right now? Alright, so for whatever reason it wouldn't actually let me play solo, so I ended up going into a co-op versus bots match. I'm going to find a hero to pick out here. Let's see what my friends have taken so far. One of them took a mage, the other took a fighter, so let's see if I can find a tanky sort of person. That looks good. It's a fighter, support, fighter. Let's go for a tanky sort of character. I haven't played a lot of these different classes yet, or the different heroes yet, so Not really sure what to expect out of this guy. We will be able to find out once we're active. In fact, I might be able to, while we're waiting for that to tick down, I might be able to look at some of these here. Alright. It's a movement, speed, slow, and damage. It seems to have frozen. There we go. Damage per second to nearby enemies. That's cool. Please let me tap on the other ones. Passive that reduces magical damage, and a damage reflection shield, so that's cool. And then his ultimate ability, if it will load here, please. There we go. He's got an immobilize. Alright, so I will select him. Wow, it is really having a hard time with me actually tapping on things right now. Select, please. Wow, this game is running like crap right now. Please, ready? Hello? Game? Please work? What is this game doing? Alright, there. This is loaded up finally. Is it going to let me into the actual game? Or is it going to run like crap as soon as I'm in there? Alright, here we go. I'm going to skip this thing. Alright, there we go. Finally in the game itself. Good. It seems to be running smoother now. Alright, so this is the shop. Very basic shop. It is kind of annoying that I have to actually scroll down in this list to see the constituent parts and then scroll back up to see what the parts are. But fortunately I have enough gold to buy these two parts. So I'm going to start with that and that. That sounds good. Over here on the let's use the let's use my little thing over here. These over here are my spells. This down here at the bottom is my basically like summoner abilities. Like this is recall and this is heal, more or less. I have these buttons down in the bottom right here. This will attack, and this just changes my target, which can be a little bit annoying to try and use sometimes, but they are there. In the lower left of the screen, if I put my thumb down around over here, I do get a little like thumbstick sort of ability to move my character around like so. So that's nice. And then obviously in the upper left you can see my health frame, and in the upper right you can see there's a mini-map, which I can actually tap on the mini-map to bring it up. And then there is a my target frame as well. I'm going to start by grabbing that slow. Ready to strike. We'll see how this goes here. So I have it set to a fixed camera because I've actually found it really. You can actually like tap and drag. In fact, I can zoom out a little bit too. That's nice. You can actually have a non-fixed camera and just have it go based on. Please attack that. Just have it go based on. Ow. Hang on. Gotta fight. So the 3v3 map is basically an ARAM, which is kind of nice. Obviously, it's not random, but it's still neat that the 3v3 map is middle lane only. I do like that style of play, especially since it makes it a lot simpler. And it seems like more people are actually, just in general, more people are playing the 3v3 map than the others. I'm just kind of low on health. I may want to heal myself here soon. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and use it. I'm going to back away from that. But yeah, I did find it actually kind of annoying to... What are my other abilities over here? Reduces incoming magical damage with that active, and then this one was damage per second nearby units. I'll do that. Let's go ahead and use these abilities. See if we can't kill this guy. Come on, team, help! Finish him off. No! Okay, so... I'll show you guys what's going on with that screen in a little bit later when I actually have a little bit more time to look at it. I got 260 gold, so I'm just going to head back to the middle. And I can actually... So what I actually did there, I can actually pop open the minimap like this, and then tap, and my dude should just run to that location. You can notice the animations are not actually that great in this thing. They're very, very stiff animations, which is probably fine considering it has a lot of information to be putting on the screen at one time. Ooh, get that guy. Get him. Get him. Very nice. I don't think I got an assist for that, even though I was nearby. I think I would have had to actually put damage into him, but it was still nice that we got a kill. Obviously, this is also versus bots, so not exactly the most involved of matches. Wow, I'm already low in health. What's going on with that? Oh, no. Don't come near me. I don't want any of whatever it is you have to sell, sir. Alright, now I do. Yeah. Got us a kill. I'm gonna grab my magic damage reduction passive ability. I'm kind of liking this character so far. He seems pretty neat. Oh, let's see if we can get this guy. Put up my reflect shield. Oh, my healer just came up. I'm gonna back off though. Come on, friend. Help me kill this guy.
Kill streak.
Yes. Good work. So me and Vigilos here seem to be kicking some ass. I'm very low on mana though. I think I've got 500 gold. I might back soon here. Got another nice kill. Alright. Now seems like a good time to head back. So I'm going to activate my banner here. Try to figure out what I want to grab next. So I can actually push and hold on the plus sign and see what it... Okay, so that brings the damage of that up to 140. Same slow, though. This is 15 damage per second generated by enemies for 5 seconds. That makes it 25. So a total of 125 damage out of that. And then this, right now, reflective damage is 25 and a half a second stun. And that's still a half a second stun when I do that. Alright. But it does reduce my magical damage taken, so I'll go ahead and take that. And let's see what we have that I can purchase down here. I can finish off my chain boots, so I'll go ahead and grab those. Oh, and I am getting disconnected. That's fantastic. Oh, there we go. Excellent. So like I said before, there have been lots of server problems on the Android version of the game. I have been playing it a little bit on the iPhone also, or excuse me, on the iOS actually. I was playing it on my iPad. And it seems a little bit more stable there. So hopefully as time goes on, I can actually just do this. Hopefully as time goes on, we will... Oops, I closed my minimap. There we go. Hopefully as time goes on, we will see the Android version become a little bit more stable. Alright, I'm going to back out of there. Even though I do have my heal available, I don't want to take too much damage right now. Maybe see about getting some sort of health regen ability or health regen item next. So there is the, like I was mentioning earlier, let's see if we can get a kill on this guy. Nope, 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 too deep. Kill. Yeah. There was something I was about to say a second ago, and then I totally forgot what it was. I'm gonna go back to the pool though and heal up. Looks like somebody else had the same idea. Alright. So, like I was saying earlier, and like you guys could see for a little bit earlier, there was a little bit of like frame rate problems. I think the frame rate problems I'm having right now... Wow, and there we go again with the disconnects. I'm literally sitting like 2 inches away from my router, so I'm pretty sure it's not me. Ooh, can we get this low? Yes! Yeah! Nice. Alright, continue taking my reduced damage passive. But I was having a lot more frame rate problems before, and this is just kind of a side note, but something that I was gonna do a review on this game last week, and the reason I ended up downloading it on iOS was because it was just running like crap on my S3, and I could not figure out why. And you guys have noticed in the past probably, a couple of other, yeah, take that. A couple of other games that I have had just like major performance problems with. And what ended up happening, the reason I'm doing it on my S3 now, is that, I was actually losing mana there for some reason. That's weird. Is that the Jelly Bean update came out for the Verizon Galaxy S3, brought me up to Android 4.1. And for whatever reason, that seems to have fixed the performance issues that I was having with a lot of different games. This being one of them. Run away. Ooh, got my ultimate finally. Continue to attack. Can we get the kill? There's my heal. Come on. One melee swing. That's all I need. Yeah. Alright. Now it's probably time to leave. Seems like my friend has had the same idea. Go ahead and port back here. But yeah, upgrading to Jelly Bean has fixed a lot of the problems with this and with other games too. So just as a side note, I went back to check out Machinarium, which was a game that I was checking out a while back. It was that sort of point-and-click adventure game thing that I was looking at a while ago. The video's up on, it was on my other channel, but the video's up still if you want to go take a look at it. And I was having a lot of trouble with the, I'm going to try and find something that will regenerate my health. With the, that might not be a bad idea. Ooh, there we go. This is what I'd like to get. But I was having a lot of trouble with the frame rate in that game before. Grab that and move on. And I went back and tried that again. I mean, I can't take that target. Went back and tried that again, and no longer having frame rate problems with that. So, what I've been trying to say this whole time is that the Jelly Bean upgrade seems to have helped quite a bit in terms of performance on my Galaxy S3. So it makes this game run a lot better. I am still obviously having some pretty major server problems, but that seems to be related to the game and not to the performance on my phone itself. Alright, well, let's continue on and see what else we can do here. We're actually doing pretty well against these random guys. See if I can't get some damage up on this guy here. It's about enough. I'm going to back off. Looks like my teammates are down at the bottom end, so I'm going to head down that way. It is hard sometimes to click on the right buttons, and that's partially why they do have the switch target and attack buttons in the lower right, so that you can easily like just page through targets like this. Like I can see this guy coming up now and I can throw a spell at him, but I'm going to take some damage, so I'm going to back off. Let me come up here and kill this guy. Yeah! Look at that. So apparently I'm Pantheon. Or not Pantheon, Jarvan. So I can do all sorts of helping with this character. That's good to know. This actually reminds me a little bit of the Skeleton King from Han, too. He had a very similar ability. Let's see what we can't do to this guy here. Yeah, that guy's gonna fall down. Bots apparently not very smart in this game. They're just sort of letting us farm them at this point. Let's see if we can't get in here and start doing some real damage. I'm gonna upgrade my slow now, I think, for a little bit more. It seemed to increase the damage by more, and yeah, look at that. Just farming these guys at this point. So what else to talk about with this game? Just of things I've noticed so far. Oh, you do actually have to kill both towers, it seems. So I'm gonna head up over here and work on that other tower. Alright, that tower died. It just knew I was coming. That's why it decided it didn't want to be there anymore. Let's put some damage on this guy. Oh, I'm hurting. I need to leave. Alright. She has gone down. Now we should be able to at least put some serious damage into this thing. Still have 50 seconds on my slow, or on my heal, so I'm going to try and stay back, but they will get that guy no problem, and I'll go back to whacking away at this thing. But yeah, it seems to be pretty well done overall. The individual little icons are tough to click on sometimes, tough to tap on the individual icons on my phone at least. It's obviously much easier to tap on the right thing on the iPad with a much larger screen. The problem there is then you have a lot more ground to cover with your actual hand moving around. I feel like a 7-inch device, like a Nexus 7 or an iPad mini or something. Oh, I got an achievement. Nice. I feel like that's probably the way to go with this game to just to get the ideal thing. All right, so what we're looking at here, you actually get different different quests that you can do for like bonuses in your emblems, so like IP basically. So you can see those are the different quests I'm working on. Earn 20,000 gold in one match. Obviously, I did not make that. Defeat 30 enemy heroes. That's one that I'm still working on. Send messages to different friends. I don't have any friends, so that's not a thing. Looks like I got 15 achievement points for Storm, and you can share things. They have like a, if you share things on Twitter or Facebook, I think, it might actually just be Facebook, then you get a bonus. Okay, so up at the top here, you can see I have earned, that's the emblems that I earned. And then this is the XP that I earned. So I actually leveled up to level 3 off of that, which will give me another talent point that I can't spend because the servers aren't working. I went 4, 1, and 8, so I'm obviously amazing. Best support NA. And wow, it is having major problems again. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue out of this. See if it will let me. For some reason, the menus, it seems to just be having a lot of problems right now. I wonder if that's related to the HDMI output for some reason, because it wasn't doing this before. But it actually is just not letting me hit continue. I'll just spam tap continue until eventually it lets me go. There. Alright. So let's poke around in the shop for a second. Just to currently unable to download. I wonder if maybe it's having problems with and wow, now the graphics have turned into giant blocks. So that's obviously there's some bugs that this game has, for sure. I'm starting to wonder now if that actually is a problem with the HDMI output. It's hard for me to test right now because I can't just unplug it, but I'm wondering if the responsive, or what's the term I'm looking for? Responsiveness problems I'm having are related to... Oh, look at... Okay, so now the graphics have all screwed out. Now I said no, but it's going to load up Chrome anyway. No, I don't want to exit the game. Alright, so... Wow, this is actually ridiculous right now. How much... I am actually going to restart the game real quick. Alright, so there we go. Back into the game again. Just restarted it real quick to fix all of those green square graphics problems we were having. It's kind of ridiculous. Obviously, lots of glitches with this game. It did just launch, I want to say a week and a half ago. Hasn't been out very long. Hopefully there will be an update soon that fixes a lot of the problems I'm having at the moment. But let's poke around in some of the other stuff in the menus here. So, there is this daily reward thing on the left. And this, it's going to have to actually log me into the server now. Is it actually going to take me to the daily reward right away, or is it going to just sit here and say it's connecting to the server? So there is a like random daily reward thing that you can do. It's like a slot machine sort of thing, where you might get something good and you might not. It's not going to connect to the server right now, so I'm going to skip that. Let's check. I want to see. There was something that I wanted to... Okay, so this little icon that comes up in the bottom right, down over here. Those are revival runes, and you can use up to 3 of those per match. And what they do is basically, it's like a buyback from Dota, but it doesn't cost in-game gold, it just costs that revival rune. You can use up to 3 of those in a match, and it just instantly respawns you when you use those. Now, the issue I have with these and the way they have it implemented, it's a neat idea, right? You get 3 instant buybacks a game. It's kind of a cool idea. Not sure how well that'll work overall. Wow, apparently I have a message. Reese Mace invited me. I don't... Okay, whatever. Wow, is it just gonna... Invited me as a friend. I don't know who you are. Was I just playing with him? I don't know who he is. Anyway, wanted that to stop flashing. The only way that I've been able to find to get those revival runes is actually through the daily reward, which isn't going to load for me, but it's that free lottery everyday thing that you're seeing right there. That's the only way I've been able to find to actually get those things. So it kind of seems like, I mean, obviously I haven't played the game a ton, and I have 20 of these runes right now, but it just seems kind of weird. Like, why is that part of the daily reward? I'm not sure. It either is going to end up being something that everybody just kind of always has access to 3 of those per round, which kind of makes them a worthless reward when you get them because you just always have them anyway. Or it could potentially turn into something where somebody who's been luckier in the daily reward than other people. Every time I've done the daily reward so far, I've gotten those, which makes me think that they're kind of the booby prize. But I am worried about that a little bit. I could see a situation where if you play this game a lot, because obviously it is only a daily reward, I could see a situation where if you play this game a lot, you end up running out of those, and then you are worse off because you can't do that instant respawn anymore. And I haven't been able to find them in the shop here, which is what we're looking at now. So I'm going to poke around in this here for a second. Obviously, you see things that cost gems. The potions aren't... they're boosts, basically. So, like, this potion increases the amount of XP earned by 100%, increases the amount of emblems earned by 100%. So IP boost, XP boost is basically all those are. Looking at some of these other things here. This is stuff they do have sales, so I can buy Savage of the Deep for 50% off right now. Can buy Chameleon for 25% off. The prices, the sale seems to only apply to the gem cost and not to the emblem cost. There's the guy who was just playing the Forgotten Warrior. Wow, he is expensive. Jesus. 17,000 emblems. I mean, obviously, the number of emblems seems to be a lot higher than what you would get in a game like League of Legends. I think I got, like, what was it, like 600 emblems out of that last match? Or 300 emblems? I don't remember exactly. But it was a bunch that I got. And then there are different skins that you can get. So they do have that. I'm wondering how lucrative the skins will actually be, because it's kind of hard to tell in-game. But that is a thing. Here's all the different heroes that I can scroll through and look at a bunch of them right now. There's all the Guardian heroes, so that's what? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Guardian heroes right now. Mage, there's about the same number. Fighter, looks like about the same. And support also looks like about the same. So, decent number of heroes in the game already, especially for it having just launched. So that's good to see. Lots of different abilities you can get. Pounded. Bred for battle, the Minotaur can find strength beyond strength, even when threatened. Normal attacks cause an additional X amount of damage and stun the enemy for 1 second. Wow, that actually seems like a... Who is that? Minotaur? So he's kind of the Iron Guard. Okay, so he's seems like kind of a decent support champion. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much this game. So far, Gameloft has a lot of games that tend to be kind of over the top with the free-to-play model, but so far the free-to-play model here seems decent. The gem prices, it's $1.99 for 100 gems, so it's basically every gem is worth 2, what would that be? Yeah, every gem is worth 2 cents, basically. So you just kind of can, if I go and look at the, oops, let's look at a hero here. So, this guy on the left here costs 90 gems. That would be $1.80 basically to buy him, and then the guy next to him would be, what would that be, $3.20 to buy him, more or less. So gem prices don't seem too out of control. It seems pretty decent overall. I think honestly this game, if the UI is a little bit cleaned up in game, or at least they make it a little bit more, a little bit better at recognizing where you're trying to tap instead of necessarily like having to tap, like particularly when you're trying to target creeps, it can get really frustrating. Or when you're trying to target a hero who's in with a bunch of creeps, it can be really frustrating trying to actually tap on them. So if it was a little bit smarter about things, like saying, okay, well, if he's tapping on the hero in the pile of creeps, chances are pretty good he wants to tap on the hero. I could see issues with that, because there is actually last hitting in this game too, which I don't think anybody can really be super effective at. But yeah. It seems pretty well done overall. It's a game that I would enjoy playing. I want them to iron out a lot of the kinks on the Android version of the game. Like I said, the iOS version does run a lot better. I just decided to do it on my S3 for this because I have a better method of actually pulling the footage from the S3. But it seems pretty good. So I think overall, I will go ahead and give this game... I'm going to give it... I'm gonna give it a 4. Whoops! So you actually couldn't even see that when that just happened. I managed to screw things up. Let's try this again. I can't not do that. I've spent so much time making these graphics. I have to play it. There we go. Gave it a 4. I managed to screw up my XSplit setup, which caused the problem there. But yeah, I think if the bugs get ironed out, it could potentially be a 5. It just needs to, they need to clean up the bugs with it a bit, especially with the server problems. That's just really frustrating, constantly losing access to the server. It's not just me. I was reading through the comments as well. Lots of people are having server problems on Android, so hopefully they fix that up. But aside from that, the game is fun. It's enjoyable. It's not going to be as in-depth. I don't think we're going to see MLG picking up Heroes of Order and Chaos for their next circuit. But it's still fun. If you want some on-the-go MOBA gameplay, it's pretty damn good. I've been impressed with it. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for watching. This, once again, has been Heroes of Order and Chaos. It's available as a free download on both iOS and Android, with obviously plenty of in-game purchases and occasional server problems. My name is Laura. I will see you guys later.